And welcome back. Well, life is hard and can be full of all kinds of stress, physical, emotional, financial.
Our next guest says that even in the most challenging times, finding humor can build resilience, strength, and hope. Julie Ostrow is a speaker, trainer, improv, and communication coach. She teaches the benefits of using humor, laughter, and improv in all aspects of our life, and she won this humongous trophy in front of us because you're America's laughing champion.
That's right, and this will never get old.
No. It will not.
See?
Because it's not real.
So funny. The golf event that Tiffany and I were at, we met this guy who bought a beautiful diamond ring for his wife in the silent auction. He was saying, oh, she loves your show. She watches it almost every day. He said, she loves your laugh. And I said, oh, thank you so much. And he goes, me, not so much. I was like, okay.
Yeah, that was you,
Ken. Thanks for being honest.
Then there, you just gave an insight into your demographic and who your people are.
Yep.
Talk to her.
Yeah, exactly. She's okay with it.
Laugh.
Yes.
Right.
And who like your laugh.
Yeah.
How do you think, I think there's an obvious answer to this, but how do you tell people that laughing and humor sort of mitigates stressful or difficult times in our lives?
I know for me, it's almost like there's a formula that I've come up with, not an E equals MC squared, but it's a formula that I know the moment I can find humor in a stressful situation, I'm going to get through it.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a stressful situation, say taxes or stuff with family, and the moment I can find humor and the funny in it, I know I'm going to be okay. Sometimes I find humor in that moment, sometimes right after, or sometimes it takes a long time.
So do you not think,
or forever.
Yeah, like years.
That's why therapists are in business.
So a lot of people say, you know, because a lot of people fear that finding humor or laughing things off, you're not dealing with it. I would argue the opposite, but what do you say to that?
I say I've done both. Looking in my past, I know I've laughed and made fun of things to diffuse a situation, maybe to laugh at myself first, to kind of find the funny in something first, diffuses the stress. But I also know making fun of something used to be a defense mechanism.
Right.
But I know it's a coping mechanism because if when I can do that, I know I'm going to heal.
And that's good, right?
Yeah,
a coping mechanism is good.
It is, but I think there's too much. I think, to answer your question, I think it can be too much. If you joke all the time and not address what's happening, there it could be too much. But I think that healthy balance of looking at what is the funny in this? What is the funny that it took us 9 years to bury my dad's ashes?
Right.
My dad always found, it seemed like he took forever to find a parking spot. He did. And then I knew I was going to get over this when I said to my oldest sister, I said, Dad has finally found a parking spot.
Yep.
And then I thought, now I'm going to be okay with this.
Yeah.
It's tough, but I get it.
Yeah.
And you actually...
Yeah, lady.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
She'll be here all
more shows later tonight. You were a volunteer grief counselor for kids, and I think especially as it relates to children and grief, it's hard to find the funny in that. But I like that your spirit is about helping them use humor to cope in what is sure to be very difficult situations, like loss, for example.
And I did that years ago, and I found that the correlation between the rules of improv, yes and, being in the present moment, and not judging, that really correlated to how we're supposed to deal with, I shouldn't say deal with, work with, and help these kids who are grieving. For example, Johnny, who was 3 and had a parent die, said, I'm building a sandcastle so I can see my dad in heaven.
Huge.
I use in the same intonation, yes and. Reflective listening is a good term for yes and. I didn't say that's impossible. I didn't break his reality. I said, you're building a sandcastle so you can see your dad. And I'm not giving him any solutions. I'm creating the safe space of, yes, your reality is okay right now for you.
Well, and I like that you use the yes and. That's a popular improv game, and that's a good technique, I think, in any sort of relationship, whether it be work, whether it be friendship, whether it be grief, or things like that. And it sounds like what you're saying there is you're listening first.
Yes, yes. Listening first. And this can even be used in public speaking. I'm working in one-on-one with people and even groups of people when, okay, you've got your presentation lined up, you know what your agenda is going to be, your outline, and maybe you've memorized it. I don't like the memorizing part because it doesn't leave room for questions from the audience. The unexpected Does anything happen unexpectedly on the morning blend?
All the
Never.
Yeah.
But what do? Do you say, it didn't go as planned, I give up? What if the room is not exactly how you expected?
Right.
What if maybe your PowerPoint went kablooey? You know the information. Someone asks you a question in the audience, from the audience, you don't know the answer? Are you going to say, we didn't talk about that, that's not in our slide right now?
Right, you can't negate it.
You can't.
Yeah,
You can't.
You can try.
Like, it doesn't fly and you're not going to be asked back.
Right, exactly. Yes, and I love it. People can find out more about you and what you do if they visit you online. We have that right there. It's gofindthefunny.com. Do you have a picture of your trophy there too on your website?
One. I think I have the 3 of us.
Good.
Yeah, I like
good.
that.
With the trophy.
Or the 4 of us.
Drinking the champagne.
Yeah, the 4 of us. Thanks,
Thank you,
Julie.
Julie.
Thank you so much, you
Great
guys.
to see you as always.